Hello. We are going to be bouncing between quite a few projects today, and I do apologize for the fan noise again. Today is supposed to be another 40 degrees Celsius day, and we're also supposed to have some potential thunderstorms. So hopefully nothing happens while we're on here, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay for the most part. How are you guys? Hi, Cara. Hi, Tina. Hi, Nicole. How's it going, you guys? It's good to see ya. What's new and exciting? All right, let me just clamp my phone in here a little bit better. So this one we're going to work on, but not right now. First thing we're going to work on is a tissue box. Hi, Kiati. How are you? It's so good to see you. I'm doing good, thank you. I apologize, Miss Audrey isn't out here with us today. She is, she's curled up in my mom's room, which honestly, I think it's the best spot for her because that's where it's got the least amount of heat and the cleanest air for her. So, when the last couple of times we had heat this bad, she had an asthma attack. So I'm hoping that her staying in with mom, at least for the most part, will be a good plan, hopefully. I'm hoping. Yeah, it's 40 degrees Celsius again today. But we're supposed to get some thunderstorms, so that should break some of the humidity. And I completely forgot to grab my glasses, you guys. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right. So yeah, it's a really hot one here. I didn't look to see what that was. Let me just scroll back because I'm way behind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Hi, Debbie. Doing good, Nicole. How about you? Hi, Barb. Steffi. Gabrielle. Hi, guys. Gang's all here. Oh, tell her I said hi. Tell Ashley I said hi. 400% humidity. That's gross. Yeah, Nicole, how are you feeling? Good. Oh, I missed you too. It's good to see you guys. I'm excited to kind of, we're going to paint today, and then we're going to have a lot of painting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which I'm really excited for. So, first things first, I'm going to go around and remove any other guidelines, but we also need to do some more dots over here. So we're going to just remove guidelines first and then go from there. So I'll remove it off the ends, and then we'll paint that up. And then the only thing left will be varnishing, and I need to sand the top of this to get that paint off so that it doesn't stick when the drawer slides in. But I'm really pleased with how well it turned out. I'm going to try and do a little bit of touch-ups on here, and I'll do that with this taken all the way out, and then see how that works. So yeah, that is where we're at with this one. And then we're going to do some touch-ups and guideline removal on the wedding cake piece, and then we'll finish up by doing some painting on the big spiral piece. Sound good? What are you guys working on today? You guys, anybody doing any painting? I love seeing all the love. All right, so I am going to tilt this up on its end, and I'm just using a lint-free J-cloth. And I'm going to be shaking the camera so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, we have a couple dots to do on this end too. It's worked really well. I found that I was never able to find baby wipes that were truly lint-free, and they always left fuzzies behind. But these have been working really well so far. So I got a package of these at Canadian Tire, I think, maybe. Yeah, I think I got them at Canadian Tire or Walmart or something. Anywho, isn't it such a beautiful box? I want to do more of these, and I want to do more colors. I really want to do one in like a light periwinkle blue background and then mirage on top to make it look like it's icy. I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah, I've got a bunch of ideas, but I love this one. I love this coloring. When I showed it to Mom, because she hadn't seen it in a while, because sometimes she likes to wait and see once there's a little bit more progress on things so she can tell the difference from what she saw the last time. And she's like, well, that's a tissue box straight out of Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I know. All right. So now we need our Bambi Bliss drops. And I don't know where they are. All right, let me see. So Kiadi says doing mandala on a clay pot. Very nice. You guys are right on time. I've only been here 6 minutes. Gonna try and figure out what to do at the top of my tissue box. Fantastic. If we can help you in any way, you let me know, Tina. Happy to help any way we can. The eyeglass wipes. Oh, that's a good idea, Barb. I've never tried that. Yeah, I think she's going to love it too, Steffi. Did you cut the edge of the paint for the slide on the bottom? No, I didn't. I managed to pull it, and part of it was just stuck. I didn't even think to cut it before I did it. I think I was hoping that I was trying not to stick them back together so that the paint would fuse, and I think that I just wildly underestimated how close those pieces were. Yeah, that's a cool idea. That's okay, Steffi. Yeah, I want to see, Tina, for sure. All right, so we need some Bambi Bliss drops. So then after this gets completed, then I'll just go over it really quickly and see if there's any spots that need any touch-ups. There's some other guidelines that are still showing through a little bit. So we'll get them gone. But then it'll be time to varnish, and I'm going to use a satin varnish on this. That way it'll be easy to clean. Something that's going to be out all the time, I want to make sure it's easy to clean. So let's do this end of the box. I'm actually going to put it on my lap, and we will do it this way. I watched the review of Rainforest Cafe on YouTube. I haven't been there in years. Oh, that's such a cool one. For a favorite matte varnish, I do like Liquitex matte. But you know what my favorite matte finish has always been is matte Mod Podge. If you get one of the small bottles of Mod Podge, matte Mod Podge that's like this size of the Americana paints, and dump half of it out and then fill it up with water, or get a couple old paint bottles and clean them out, and then you can use one for Mod Podge. But if it's a 50-50 mix of Mod Podge and water, it doesn't stay tacky like regular Mod Podge will. And it worked great as a varnish, and I really, 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 really liked the finish. What I struggled with is that on larger pieces, like larger canvases and stuff that I wanted to do a matte varnish, it didn't spread very well, and it was really hard to get a nice smooth finish. But on things like candle holders, stones, incense holders, small canvases, like up to maybe 5 or 6 inches, it worked really, really well. And I really liked the finish. And it's a nice economical option as well, too, right? But I really like Liquitex matte varnish, too, for canvases and stuff. I'm going to start to go with the idea of not varnishing my canvases and just see how they hold up. I've got a few that have held up really, really well. Oh, thank you, Tina. Yes, if everybody, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, if you minimize the chat underneath where you see the channel name, there should be a thumbs up there and an option to like the live. That would be so cool if you can, especially on these public lives. These are the ones that count towards the goal to for public watch hours for when I can monetize the channel. And I'm excited to tell you guys, we are less than 100 hours away from the first goal of 3,000. which means we're less than 1,100 away from the big goal of 4,000. It's so exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching the replays, putting the replays on repeat when you're asleep. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I thought about a spray mat if one exists. I haven't tried a spray mat. I haven't tried many spray ones at all, to be honest with you. The only time I was really living somewhere where I could do spray varnishes was when I was living at the farm, and I was working more with mugs and resin, I think, at that point. Well, and it's a week behind too, right? So the stats are a week behind. So that's where we were at a week ago. So I think, yeah, a couple more weeks maybe, and we'll be close to that 4,000. Debbie said, I'm working on a couple different challenges for other platforms. Very nice. I've been on both TVs today. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting there. It's going to happen fast, I think, Steffi. I think you're right, which is really cool. It's very exciting. So thank you guys so much for all of that help. I'm so excited about it. And see if I can turn it into another stream of revenue, which would be very exciting. And I appreciate you guys for doing that. So let's fill in these spots. And then what I will probably do is we're going to let this sit and dry for a bit. Are we though? Yeah, we are, because we're going to let those dry because I don't want these dots to run together. So very exciting stuff. That's all we're doing on this one for now. But we will come back to it probably in like half an hour. And then I should be able to do another row up here. And then we might even do a tiny row down there. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to grab the wedding cake piece after I put this paint aside. Hi, Patty. How you doing? Did you have a wonderful visit this weekend? Thank you, Steffi. You're the best. Oh, Debbie, thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It does look like a button, doesn't it? It does. I think it looks so cool. I'm loving these colors. Are my favorite. After I did the clock in these colors, that's when I'm like, okay, it's time. I think that would be a fun one. That would be a fun, it's the Bliss design. So that could be a real fun one to do together too, just a bigger piece. I hope you had a wonderful visit, Patty. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And the touch-ups that we're going to have to do are going to be some color matching. So we're going back to that drawing board today. So we've got our white. I'll grab a couple small brushes. We're going to remove guidelines and go in and do touch-ups to the background from where I mismatched the color the other day. So bear with me 2 seconds. All right. I got to remember to take my reading glasses off before I try to stand up and walk around. Because holy crap, it messes with me. All right. So lighting isn't going to be great for this, but I'm going to try and zoom in so that we can see as much as possible. Here is where I want to show you. See there where in here in between these dots, you see those slightly darker spots? That is touch-ups that I did before. And then I actually painted all the way back to the edge. So I'm going to have to go in and I'm not going to do like over here too much, but I'm just going to try and lighten it up a little bit and see if I can get it going to the right spot. And then we're going to go around to each corner and do the same thing. But first I'm going to go around and we'll remove some guidelines. Need to clean up lunch dishes, but you're listening? Okay, sounds good. All right, so there's going to be some spots that I'm definitely going to have to go in and do some touch-ups, maybe add some more paints, touch up spots where the guidelines don't remove perfectly, things like that. I used to use regular pencil for my guidelines way back when. And I used to spend a significant amount of time going in and doing touch-ups of the background. Now, I used a dark guideline pencil, so I'm going to try and get it all off, but then there's going to be some touch-ups of the background, and then I might even have to come back over and do some of these dots over if the guidelines show through. So that's the other thing I want to look through. But what I want to do is I want to remove them first and give my eyes a chance to adjust and see if it's, you know, my eyes playing tricks on me and thinking that I still see guidelines, or do I actually still see guidelines? Sometimes I can't tell. My eyes will play tricks on me. Do you guys have that happen? So frustrating. And I think I painted the edges in the darker color as well. But we'll be doing some touch-ups. For sure. And which means I'm going to have to do new color matching. So we're going to be playing with that as well. But this one is getting so close to done, and then I can hopefully take it outside and see if I can get some really good photos of it. I think that outside is where we're going to see the paints and the texture the best. At least for the purpose of, I mean, like in person it's one thing, but when it's trying to get caught on a camera, it's not, doesn't pick up the detail that great. You're painting wonderful, Patty. Oh, good. I'm so glad. No worries. Enjoy the painting. Thanks for coming and hanging out. My TV is now watching the half mandala from 6 months ago of my TV orders paint. I can't help it. I don't know what to tell you. I was just watching this video, and then all of a sudden, a couple days later, these paints show up. I don't know what happened. All right. And Cara says, hi, Patty. Just in case you're listening and painting and not seeing that, I want to make sure you heard that. For the most part, I think it's doing pretty good. And thankfully, we didn't use too many guidelines on the top here. Oops. Sorry, I'm here. And I apologize, the table's going to shake again while I do that. Okay. Hi, Lay. How you doing? Not yet, Nicole. So I'm going to be helping Lorna. She's not sure how to go in and do it. She's a bit confused with the technology side of it. So I'm going to get her situated and hopefully be able to at least help her, or write out instructions so that her daughter can help her to get the Patreon app on her tablet and then go through there. So I think it's going to take us a couple of days to get her sorted. But I'll keep you posted for sure. I feel really bad. She's pretty frustrated. She wasn't able to figure it out on her own. So I'm going to help her out. I'm going to write up instructions on how to get the app onto her tablet and then what to do from there. That hopefully will help it make it easier for her, and like I said, maybe even easier for her daughter to help. I think so. As far as I can tell, you did. This is the first time I've done it too, so I think it has. I think it's okay. Everything looked okay from what I could see. Is it like 8 at night for you, Lay? 8:20. Yeah. So it is good. I'll keep you posted though. All right, these are gonna need some touch-ups. This pencil line was way too dark and it's not coming off. So that means it's under the paints. So that's okay. I'll do touch-ups and then I'll put some new dots on. Not the end of the world. When I stopped using regular pencil and I stopped having to do so many touch-ups, I got to the point where I'm like fighting with guidelines. And just in this moment here, I'm realizing, I'm like, why do I keep fighting it when I say that it's not a big deal to go in and just do the touch-ups? Just go and do the touch-ups and stop fighting. Stop fighting with it. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll do as best we can and we'll touch up the rest. All right, one more side and go from there. Is Kim here? Hi, Kim. Just got home from work. Very nice. How was your day, Kim? Practically breakfast time for later, right? No, thank you, Nicole. It's wonderful. Right? Isn't that crazy? The time difference is bananas, eh? I think it's one of the coolest parts about doing live streams like this, and you get people from all over the world, all different time zones, all different countries, all different continents. It's just so cool. Such a wonderful way to connect with people that you'd never meet on a day-to-day basis, right? The internet is a crazy and scary place, but you know what? It has some good sides to it too, right? So what I'll do is I will do my color matching. I'll go through and do all of the spots that need touch-ups first. And then I'll go back in with any bliss drops that I need to do any redots with or anything. So for now, we need to color match. And that freaks me out a little bit. So let's start with stirring the paints. Baby steps. So we are going to rely a lot on some trial and error. We'll see how this goes. Fingers crossed. I'm glad you're doing good, Kim. Wonderful. Yeah, it's neat, eh? I could also use Google Maps and venture to places. Yeah, that's the really cool thing too. And I heard the other day that there are accounts on YouTube that will take you on walking tours of different cities and different places. It's pretty neat, eh? I know for that there were videos of like being able to walk through a forest in a foreign country while you're like, and play it on your screen while you're walking on your treadmill or something. I always thought that was pretty cool too. All right. So we're gonna have to add a little bit of white. So here's what I'm gonna do. We are going to pick a couple spots in here that we are going to test it. This is the original coloring, so I know I can go in and kind of muck around with it a little bit and then come back and adjust it accordingly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you guys here, and we're going to just play right in there, and I'm going to have a look and see. Mom and Audrey are doing okay, thank you. It's a hot one, so Mom and Audrey are holed up in Mom's room, where the air is quite a bit cooler. Mom's got a portable air conditioner in there, so they're doing all right. They're doing okay. It's one of my favorite parts of the process is the guideline removal, right? I love looking at something, at the piece, and then removing the guideline. And it's kind of like when top dots are really subtle. You're like, I know something is different, but unless you knew what it was, you wouldn't know what it was, you know? All right, let's see. Let me scroll back. Thank you, Nicole. Driving around places in Rome. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Lorna. Good to see ya. And you're having dinner. You too, it's 2:30. People clean house while you paint. There's all kinds of good stuff on YouTube to watch like that. That's okay, Lorna. I hope the appointment goes well. Is it hot there again, Tule? It's rotten, eh? Just rotten. Blech. All right, we are going to use this paintbrush. And we have some paint water. It's not the best paint water, but it's not the worst, I suppose. We just get these other brushes out of the way. And I'm going to grab a paper towel. Oops. And then, I can't wait until this heat is over and I can set up my studio again. You know where all my stuff is? It's driving me crazy. Crazy. All right. So I'm going to put a bit of this right in here. I want to see how this square dries in comparison to the background color, and it will tell me if I've got the right color or not. I should have grabbed, I wonder if I still have it out here. My heat gun. No, I took it back in the other room. That's okay. I love when I forgot to remove guidelines and seal it right. Yeah, that sucks when that happens. Yeah, we've been there for sure. Yeah, the heat is awful. Yeah, Nicole's solution is eat some ice cream. I think that's a good solution. I did that today already. Wanted to port summer. Yeah, it's hot. I'm excited for, even just for fall. Like, I don't even need it to be winter. I just need it to be fall so that I don't need the air conditioning going and I can have the windows open and I don't need 15 fans running 24/7. I miss the quiet. I miss the quiet. So nice for a week. We'll hit 100 by Saturday. Ugh. Steffi just finished a nice piece of, with watercolor metallic base brushed on sealer. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did it screw up the base? So as this is drying, I don't know if you can see, but it is definitely a little bit different. It is a bit darker. So you can see it on more of an angle. So I'm watching that little spot there. Right? Ice cream fixes pretty much everything. Yeah, once you stay under 80, exactly. Like if it stayed like a nice 65, 70, that would be nice. All right, so what I need to do now is I'm going to add some white to my paint pot, and we're going to do that very, very gradually. And we're going to keep testing the paint on the canvas until I get one that I can no longer see once the paint dries. But we're going to start very, very, very slowly. Just a couple drops at a time. Yeah, that would be perfect. Your temp over 100 today. Yuck. Yeah, I think here too. I know, I can't imagine not having air conditioning. There's a lady in our building, and she's 90 years old, and she doesn't have air conditioning, and she doesn't want it, which blows my mind. She's like, no, I'm fine. It scares the crap out of me for her. A bit later. All right, let's bring the painting back in here. And I'm going to paint over the spot that I just painted and see if it now blends into the background nicely. I don't want to make it too big because then if I have to paint over it again, right? So let's see if this is any better. I also don't want any texture there, right? So I'm going to try and remove a little bit of the extra paint that doesn't need to be there. Maybe we'll luck out and it'll be that easy. I don't think so, though. I don't think we'll be that lucky. I think it's going to be a little bit more. A little more white there. Yeah, and that's very possible, Steffi, yeah. Remember when I was young, we only had one window unit and my grandparents didn't have AC. Wow. I think so. I think that's very possible, Patty. I feel very spoiled. Our temps have been more gentle. Oh, that's so good. Well, and it's expensive for something that you don't typically need to use for that long or that often, eh? Like that's the crazy part. Like it's not something that's normal. Steffi's moving to Nicole's. Houses were designed to circulate. Yeah, and they're not anymore. My parents were terrified of AC. Oh no, you'll get sick, but they were always sweating. Ugh. Yeah, much more sick in the heat for sure. There we go. We're all moving to Nicole's. Hi, Sarah. How are ya? At work, the AC was set at 55. Oh my God, that's crazy. I just skipped over that word. I just skipped over the word sign. Like, that's not what she meant. Let's see if the rest of the sentence makes sense together. Oh, I'm glad, Sarah. It's good to see you. Happy you're here. I'm doing some color matching to try and get my background color matching properly for touch-ups that I need to do. So I'm having to mix a bunch and test it on my canvas to make sure that I've got the color that's gonna disappear. And it's gonna take me a bit. It's gonna take me a few tries, but that's okay. I'm gonna dump a little extra white in here. Let's go far the other direction and see what that does. A little farther anyway. It'll be easier to go darker because I can add just like one drop of the teal. All right, let's give this one a shot. Let's bring this in here. So I've got this patch here that you can kind of see is a little bit darker than the rest of the background. So I'm gonna try a little patch of this other color in another one of these empty spots. And then we're gonna keep repeating the process until I get the right color that blends in properly. Hey Melinda, how are ya? I missed my Kleenex box being painted. My husband was before I could get on. No worries, it'll be coming back in a little bit, Lorna. I was just sitting it to dry for a bit and we'll be pulling it back out in a minute. What's new and exciting, Sarah? You been doing any painting? My coworkers act like 55 is hot, and I'm like, you're all broken, right? Yeah, I put when I had my apartment and I had central air, I would set my thermostat to either 72 or 74, and it was quite comfortable. 55 is freezing. My mom would be happy with 55, though. Barb said, I'm lucky I have doors, windows on all four sides, cross ventilation and blinds work well, but 40 degrees days on high humidity need AC. I used it about 5 days so far this summer. That's nice to have that cross ventilation. It would be so much better to not have to use AC, right? It's just so much nicer to have fresh air coming in, but I'm glad you've got it in case you need it. Because, yeah, 40 degrees, it's so unusual, right? The old live my TV is watching, you're using all the PDAs in the same design. Oh, no way. Oh, I forgot about that one. Just running late as usual. Never a worry. It's good to see. I'm glad you're here at all. Not much painting, I'm afraid. Did a little orange and pink trinket pot. Oh, very nice. 73 in the day, 66 at night. Yeah. You keep yours at 73, right? I just wanted to take the edge off because I don't want to have to wear a sweater in my house in the middle of the summer, you know? All right, so let's see how this one does when it dries. See if it blends in better to the existing background. So we'll let that dry for a second, and hopefully I didn't go too far in the other direction. I'm hoping it looks pretty good because it'll always dry a little bit darker, right? So hopefully this will be it. My husband and I battle the temp all day. The unit is always confused. Yep. I don't know why men need the heat or anything, but they always, because they generate their own heat, right? And I know that they run a little warmer, at least for the most part. I think they'd get a run for their money around perimenopause and menopause, though. Just a guess. I think I just about did it, you guys. I think that paint's going to blend in perfectly. Thank goodness the kid has size 13 shoes to keep interior doors from slamming. It's 1,000 degrees in here. It's 70. It's cold. Exactly. It's so funny. I did it. I did it. Okay. Yes, this worked. This worked. So now we can do the touch-ups. Yay! Okay. Excellent. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, like, at all. I have my air set at 78, but it doesn't keep up in the tiny house. It only cools to 85, so I go to my art room. Oh, that's nice. That's nice when you can have some different spaces where it's a little cooler, and then it's almost easier to deal with the heat everywhere else, right? That's good. All right, so I'm going to cover this one back up, and then we should be able to go in and just start doing some touch-ups now. So I'm going to look for any spots where the guidelines might be showing through. We'll try and remove the guidelines a little bit better too, but might be just painting. Oh, I didn't do these ones at all. That's crazy. Thanks, Nicole. I got it. Feels good. Sorry for the shaking. So again, I'm going to focus on the background. There's going to be some spots where the paint, the guidelines are showing through the paint, and I'm going to have to do some touch-ups there, but I'll do that after. I'm just going to look for the little tiny spots. The farthest I'll go, Lay, is to say some are. I'll say yes to some, but not most. Over here a little bit. Which men do I think are hot? You want a list? No, he's cute. He's cute. Jensen Ackles, I'd go to jail. I'd go to jail if I ever had a chance. The shoulder doctor, he was more cute, but he was attractive. I wouldn't have said hot though. Jensen Ackles is up there. Chris Evans. Pedro Pascal. Trying to think now. Carl Urban. Chris Martin from Coldplay. No, Gabrielle. George Clooney, yeah. Pierce Brosnan's handsome too. Tom Hardy. In case my husband is watching, my husband and George Clooney. Chris Hemsworth. How to write the first one? No, Steffi. I agree. No. How to write that first one? What do you mean? I'm sorry. My brain's not. Ooh, there's some thunder. I'm trying to think of the people that would like leave. Jared Padalecki too. Oh, Jensen. Jensen. Jensen, and his last name is spelled Ackles. Ackles. Like a rugged looking Harley looking guy minus the beer belly. I'm trying to think who else. Here's another one of me showing my age. Freddie Prinze Jr. I love Freddie Prinze Jr. You're Googling them all to see. Henry Cavill. Husband knows I think motorcycle cops and boots are hot. The gods are telling you to stop with the cute guys. They're in trouble, right? They are trouble. They are definitely trouble. Don't worry. I'm not messing around with any of that. I have friends every once in a while that'll say, oh, we just wish that you had somebody. It would be so nice. I'm like, I don't have time to spend with my friends that I already know that I like. And you want me to roll the dice with someone that is going to still, even after decades, is still going to be the one that is the statistically most likely to murder me in my sleep. No, thank you. I'm not doing that right now. If I ever met somebody, it would have to be so unbelievably easy. There's a new TikToker that I do enjoy, though, too. I'm trying to remember what his username is. Oh, what's his name on TikTok? Just a he's a big Maori dude with like the face tattoos and everything. Oh, keep them all to myself. No, Ryan Gosling is not hideous. No, and I think he's really funny too. I think that makes him really attractive. You know who I really, really think is attractive is Jason Sudeikis. Ted Lasso. I think he's really handsome. You agree with Freddie Prinze? Freddie Prinze is, and he's aged really well, hasn't he? You all right, Lay? Reese Ward? I don't know. I'd have to Google. Pedro Pascal has not been in any negative drama. Neither's Jensen Ackles. What negative drama has Jensen Ackles been in? I know Chris Evans has. I don't really have a lot of... Chris Evans kind of fell off the radar for me when he married someone 20 years his junior. Yeah, exactly, Sarah. I'm like, don't have the time. Tina, me too. I have enough trying to keep myself and my half-cremated sis alive. Always fell for the bad boys. Now I just keep to myself. Yeah. I always had a bad habit of... the bad boys, the ones that maybe they'll be good for me. Yeah, Freddie and his wife look alike. They do. All right, I gotta try and get this light working here, and I think my cord is broken. So bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna just climb under the table for a second, see if I can get it together. 1 sec, I'll be right back. Hold up. I was wondering why my light wouldn't turn on. I thought there was something wrong with the plug, but turns out it's because I had plugged in my black light and not my ring light. So no wonder it didn't work. Barney's my boy, right? That's the only one. Winnie the Pooh, cute, harmless, and likes dessert. Exactly. I've always had this thing, like, I would like to date a man that's bigger than me. Taller than me, bigger than me, loves food, doesn't care that I love food, and can still lift me up off the ground. All right, so I'm just going to do another little scan through here and see what might need to be done for some touch-ups. All right, so there's some pretty messed up guideline stuff happening over here. So I'm going to see if it's anything I can do anything about, or if touch-ups is the way to go. No, there's going to be some that I have to do with paint, I think. All right. So I'm going to have to cover up some of these spots, but I'm going to touch them up later with the Bliss drops. Because I don't want to leave the imperfections there and then, or the guidelines still showing through, and then when I go to paint over it, the this paint still doesn't cover the guidelines, right? So I want to make sure that those guidelines are not going to be a problem when I redo some of these dots. So this should work well, I think. I think. So I'll go back through this after the guidelines are all done. I'll go back through this and be able to kind of clean up some of the dots. Me as a creative ADHD girl, according to TikTok, need autistic gamer guy, but dating, my dating type is more buff Arab guy, right? Yeah, I'd go for a gamer. I think the gamers are where it's at, honestly. Some of them anyway, some of them. I think there's some communities there, like, that are really, really good. Tall, dark, and handsome. Like my kid is 30, gamer looks like Jesus. Are you interested? Yeah, Sarah, I did. Yeah, Jace Momoa. Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be upset with that. Wouldn't be upset with that. All right, so now I've got I'm going to be painting right over some of these swoops, but again, it's just to get that guideline hidden so that when I paint back over it later with the bliss drops, that the guidelines won't just continue to show through. This one's a bad one. I'm going to have to go most of the way around for this one. Where are we going? We're going, it's right up here that we're going. So it's going to look very counterproductive, me doing this, but there is a method to the madness. You see those lines showing through there? So if I cover them up, then when I do the new swoops over top, then hopefully those guidelines won't show through anymore. Hopefully. Izzy. Tina, exactly. Dark full beard. That's fairly. Yeah, in theory. Had a vision of American version of White Jesus with a PlayStation control and a Nirvana t-shirt. Oh, did you? That describes your brother? That describes Joe? Leia, I also have a 40 plus who has full dark beard and looks Arabic. There you go. Ship him over to the Netherlands. And Tina asked if we scared Joe away, Nicole. Barb, which one do you want to send? All four. He's been busy. Yeah. Thank you, Lorna. I appreciate that very much. All right, so let's keep spinning. So this is all stuff that I'll wait and do once it dries, right? Some sections are just worse than others. It was the same way with the Cactus Rose brushwork piece. I had to go in and do a bunch of a bunch of painting over there. I need to put like 2 or 3 coats on it just to get it to cover up. I'm so much more relaxed knowing that Audrey's in with my mom, so that if she has trouble breathing, my mom's there watching her instead of wondering where she is and trying to figure out where she is. It's nice. Okie dokie. I think we did pretty good there. All right, so let me zoom back out. Joe probably blocked us. He loves to bop in here. That's good. Tell him to be like me and sneak away to the car at work where nobody can listen. Yeah, Steffi's a bad influence for sure. He's management and deals with all kinds of crap all the time. That's who. Yeah, no kidding. That's a lot. All right. Let's. I'm gonna bring you up here. I'm gonna find another brush. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds, you guys. I know where it is. I just gotta grab it. 1 sec. All right. I've got some of these larger spots to fill, so I just wanted to grab a bit of a bigger brush. Wonder if we're getting rain. Ooh, she's got some black clouds above us. Want to see? So clear, and then, ooh, she's dark. She's dark. I work through lunch most days, so my boss makes me take breaks sometimes. Well, I'm glad that she does. Makes money and is away a lot, right? I always said that. I'm like, I do really, really well with a long distance relationship. So like, I'll see you once every 4 months for like 2 days, and then talk to you on the weekend. See you later. I've seen some people too, and they do this thing. It's called living together alone. And it's basically you get a couple and they both buy apartments or houses next to each other or apartments next to each other. And then they have sleepovers every once in a while, but each person has their own space. I'm like, that right there. All right. As long as he's not looking for a mom, I don't care. I'm not doing his laundry. I'm not reminding him when the garbage needs to go out. I will not be anybody's mom. I feel like what I actually need is like a sugar daddy. Ooh, there's the thunder again. I was very intrigued if you've ever watched any of the content about pay pigs. That's an interesting wormhole to go through too. I'm like, that's something I could get on board with. Right, Kim? I think it'd be cool. Yeah, live in different cities. It'd be great. 2 houses here. Mom and Dad have their own houses. We call them his and hers. Right? It is. It's perfect. Yeah, and to have your own space, right? I know, and please, this is not me hating on men, because there are a lot of incredible men out there. I just do not have the bandwidth to go looking for one. So unless he drops out of the sky and falls into my lap, it just isn't something that's a priority for me. But I am so thrilled when to see relationships that are good, you know, to see people that enjoy their spouse. I love seeing my friends happy with their hubbies and just enjoying it, you know. Ooh, baby. Lord, thunder and Jesus. I have my own bathroom, no exception. That's a really, really good idea. Right? Just suddenly just sprouts out of the ground. Like, that'd be great. Ugh. No, even that would be too much maintenance. Unless it also pays the bills. That's the only way I'd go for that, I think. And you never know. Maybe one day. But definitely not a priority on my end, that's for sure. I have better relationships with men than women, but I don't want to bring them home. Yes. Yeah. I always had way more guy friends than girlfriends, and I found them so much easier to get along with. It's been in recent years that I've been like, actually had some really multiple close girlfriends and more girlfriends than guy friends. It's been unusual. We're getting there. Nor me, Jamie. Too much effort for exactly. Many of my closest friends are men, some gay men. They don't act all exactly. I'd go for a lavender marriage in a heartbeat. I just have to figure out what I bring to the table. I bring some CPTSD, anxiety, and depression, along with an asthmatic cat and an aging mother and no money. Line up, boys. Line up. Yeah, exactly. When I was going to school, I had more friends that are boys. I had no friends that are girls. Yeah. So much easier, eh? One of my closest friends is a guy, stand-up and improv comedian. He is fun and loves his girlfriend. That's nice to see, right? Those are the men that just kind of go, you know what? That's wonderful. I just want to know that there are good people out there. I don't need one in my house. But it's nice to know that they're there. Ooh, here's the rain. There we go. That changed pretty quick. See all the rain on the window? Yucko. I hope your appointment goes well, Lorna. Take care of yourself out there in this heat, and if you get any of this rain that's coming, careful on the roads. And we'll see you again soon, okay? Hey, Gren, how you doing? Good to see you, friend. We're doing touch-ups today. I had to color match my background color because I'd had the wrong color mixed. It was just darker than the original. So we're just doing these touch-ups, covering up some guidelines where the guidelines don't want to wash off. You know, the fun stuff. What are you up to today, Gren? Is Cher here too? Hi, Cher. They should have a neglected man shelter. You can go visit and walk him and feed him treats. Oh, this one deserves a day out at the park. Tried to comment, but I might be on YouTube restriction because I talked kind of mean to me. Trying again. Hi, Cher. I love you, Cher. You're amazing. Debbie, my late husband was perfect. We worked opposite shifts. He didn't allow me in his kitchen, took out the trash, did laundry. Oh, yeah, you hit the jackpot, Debbie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss, but I'm so glad that you had the experience of having him in your life. Barb says, Cher, how mean. Using Dory and Jenna tools on a Cindy piece. Oh, fun. Mixing them all together. I love it. Right? Oh, God, I hate taking out the garbage. I hate cooking, I hate doing dishes, and I hate taking out the garbage. If they did all that, it'd be a whole different story. Love you too, and to be honest, it was more than a little mean. Good for you, Cher. Good for you. Sounds like mine. Best big burly hugs. That's wonderful, right? That's the thing. There's comfort there. I might or might not have gotten warned from TikTok for comparing someone in DC to a man's anatomy. Good for you. Keep it up. Be a menace. Sounds appropriate to me, Cher. Ooh. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just going to make sure that the my studio's not flooding with all this rain coming in. I'll be right back. Okay, Mom? Oh, I did. I just... Oh, really? Wow. It's crazy. This is like monsoon rain, you guys. This is a massive downpour. That's crazy. But the studio's not flooded, so that's a good sign. All right. You are a warrior princess, exactly. Barb's still going, yeah, but how rude? Yeah. Right. Good for you, though. Be a menace. Be a menace. Being rude and calling out people's ignorance and bullshit are two very different things. I have dreams of screaming at him and calling him all the things. I'm with you. What a wonderful dream. Very offensive, very offensive t-shirt and Lowe's, and had to restrain myself. Can't even type it here. Oh, that's fantastic, Steffi. That would be really hard to walk past, wouldn't it? Must have been really tough. Yep, I think so too. Yeah, it's a nice rainstorm, but it's super foggy now too. Can't even see your trees, Kim. Your trees are there in the distance, but just barely. Crazy. I think I would have bought it, Steffi. Exactly, Steffi. I love cooking, but why does the kitchen always have to look like a battlefield? I know. I hate dishes. I hate doing dishes. Yep, just got to be patient. Be patient and be strong and all the things. Oh. Oh, I thought you meant that you found it and you wanted to buy it. Love is a battlefield. Can you hear the rain? That's crazy. That's awesome, Cher. Hi, Asia. Yeah, I misunderstood too. All right, let's keep going. And hopefully, if anything happens and the live cuts out, you guys, just know that everything is fine. It would be because of this storm. So just know that if that happens, there will be no need to panic. We'll just have to hope for the best. So a lot of these dots have guidelines showing through, so I'm putting a very little tiny bit of paint over them if I think I'm going to need to redot them anyway. So then the guideline won't show through. That's like, we haven't had rain like that in a long time. And sometimes I think it's guidelines showing through and it's just like a fold or a ripple in the canvas. Can't always tell. I bought a t-shirt with an adorable taco and I get glared at. It's just a taco. Yeah, I think we did, Nicole. Does a belly dance shimmy? Did you? Yep. Yep. There's no chicken in it. I wish it would rain for you. I wish I could send it to you. But actually, we need the rain here too. So if we could take some of it and send you some too, or you just have some too, that would be ideal. You guys have some pretty bad fires happening too, don't you, Kim? So scary. All right, now I'm gonna turn this away, and we will come down here. You're gonna get some rain tomorrow. Oh, I hope so for you. My Pedicure Pro got detained Saturday, but is back to business today. Apparently, I'm glad that he's back. He liked your taco shirt. That's awesome. Right? It's terrifying. The rain sounds lovely. Now it gets you sleepy. Right? Just lulls you like a lullaby. Oh, that's cool. And you can do dot art. That's amazing. Sure. All right. Just a little bit on this one. All right, now back onto an edge here. Let's see. I quit filtering my thoughts after yesterday. Yeah. That's fair. That is completely fair. Joe says hello. They had a coworker pass away for... Oh, no. Oh, please send him our condolences and tell him we say hello back. I'm so sorry that... Oh, that's awful. I have a broken body and a big mouth. Pray for me. When I saw them taking away seniors from protests, that did it. That was in the UK though, I think. Just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Feel that, Stephanie. I have a side I never realized I had, not necessarily proud of, but I own it anyway. Yep, gotta. You guys may be twins. Yay, there's two of you. Ooh. Hello, Grumbly. I used to listen to one of those rainstorm CDs too, like the thunderstorm CDs and stuff, but then I'd always forget to turn it off in the morning, and I'd go outside all bundled up for a thunderstorm, and it'd be sunny and everything was fine. I'm like, oh, damn it. Right, that was my CD. Whoopsie. All right. Now we're gonna need to break out the big brush again. And I need to take a drink. I don't think we're going to be getting to the spiral piece today. Doesn't look like it. Are you symmetry seekers excited to do some more painting on our new piece? My military veteran heart simply can't be okay with this anymore. And I can't find lemon Oreos. What? Unacceptable. I think the universe knew I'd be a problem, so it took my body out of the game. Like, we gotta slow this one down. She's not gonna sit down if we don't. Oh, I love you, Gren. Yeah, lemon Oreos would fix a lot of things, I think. Lemon Cheerios. Never heard of lemon Cheerios. You're excited? Good. You have 3 rows on? Awesome. Oh. No, that's so hard, Nicole. It breaks my heart. Make some more Nanaimo bars today. Did you fall in love with them, Kim? Aren't they fantastic? I could eat just the coconut, the bottom, and then the filling. The chocolate on the top, I almost never eat it. I like that filling and the chocolate coconut stuff on the bottom. Oh, so good. How long did they take you to make? I've never made them. Barb said, I read 10 times what you were doing this afternoon, and yet my mind understood workshop. I'm sitting here ready. Oh, no. Do they have lemon Cheerios at Rama? Okay, I'm going to have to go take a look. You too, Gren. Love you to bits. You know, I'm grateful that we have this community that we can spend time with, and I think it's healing, you know, and I think it's important now more than ever. To lean on your people, right? I'll have to try that. Still trying to decide which colors to do. True Blue, Fairy Dust, or Forest Green and Dew. Oh, they both sound pretty though. No wonder you're having a hard time deciding. Oh, that's a tough one, Tina. My instinct says do both. Lay. I should have known. And Gren too. That's an easy one. I know, isn't Barb the best? Doing Siren and Bright Green. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, that would be cool, Tina. That would be really cool. I'll have to get some. Me too. I love us too. We're very lucky. We're very, very, very lucky. Thank you guys for being such good humans. I'm excited to do some more painting on it too. I feel like it's going to come together pretty quickly as we get going. And I think it might be... There's a couple color combos that I want to do too. We might have to just revisit some of these color combos on the next pieces. I've got some ideas for the next workshops too. We're going to have to start playing around with that soon, but I don't want to jump the gun. We just got started on this one, so... That is some rain, all right. All right, so now grab the big brush, and then I'll be right back to the comments in 2 seconds. Oh, there we go. We can see the tree again. Yay. All right, so now we are gonna go onto the next edge. Oh no, nope, hang on, I found another spot that needs. Just gonna spread it around. Okay, so let that dry, and now we're gonna go to the small brush and we'll do the side. All right, hold on a sec. Yeah, all the colors, all of it. The bottom part takes the longest because I have to crush the graham crackers. Yeah, it's really good. I had a prime rib sandwich for lunch and now want sweets. Oh yeah. The rest of the recipe goes pretty fast after you finish the bottom layer. Yeah, it sounds good. Salty then sweet. Yeah, it's a good mix. Oh, there's some lightning again. I use vanilla powder, pudding powder, because I don't have custard powder. Ooh, that would be really good. Cher's making peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. Yummy. Taking them over to an ancient blind man I've been trying to see a bit. He's alone. Oh, that's so nice of you, Cher. You'll save Steffi some cookies. There you go. Right? Don't they look amazing, Lay? Yeah, they're fantastic. I'll send you some next time I get a box together for you. I've got a couple molds that I've got to cast and some stuff I want to send you eventually. I'm so surprised Mom's out in the kitchen and Audrey is still in her room alone. All right. Just this one. All right. We are getting there very, very soon. And then once all this stuff is dry, then I can go in and do the touch-ups and Bob's your uncle. The wedding cake will be finished. I have a friend who she paints weddings live. So like she paints a scene of the bride and groom at their reception or at their wedding, and she paints it live at the wedding. So throughout the reception and everything, people come over and see. I always thought that would be kind of neat for mandalas. Not the kind of thing that people would typically buy for a wedding painting, but would that be kind of cool? I'll sit and paint a mandala in your wedding colors. Except then I'd have to go to weddings. But she makes stinking amounts of money and travels all over the world for it, so can't be too shabby of an idea. All right, how's everybody doing? We doing okay? Let me scroll back and just double check that I've caught up on everything. Oh, you're keeping them in the freezer. That's a good idea. Lay. Yeah, it is healthier. Absolutely. Yeah, it was a strange play on words. Ooh, Philly cheesesteaks for dinner. That sounds good, Kim. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, if we had Dotville, we'd all be eating so well. And we'd all weigh about 450 pounds. I'm surprised I haven't yet, Steffi, to be honest with you, that I haven't put my thumb in the side yet. Yeah, you should have to be able to select friends and family, Asia. What do you mean with Izzy, Gren? I'm so sorry I missed that. Yeah, I need to dot on the treadmill. You've seen the movie WALL-E? And all the people sitting in their electric chairs with their phone holders and stuff. Little too close to real now. Sorry. Super focused for a second there. Lay's on her way over to Kim's and picks Steffi up on the way, right? Meet at Nicole's. Nicole fell asleep. Maybe, yeah. Daughter's crafters could ride on the party bus with party lights, right? DJ plays her favorite music and have snacks on the bus. That would be so much fun, Cara. One day I'm going to show up at one of your houses. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Yeah, September with Earth, Wind, and Fire. That does sound like a lot of fun. Invite you in like family, right? Like it's about time you got here. I agree. I got a message from Vicky the other day and she sent me a photo, but I haven't heard anything since. So Vicky, if you're watching the replay, we're thinking about you. And I'll reach out to her and see how she's doing, see where she's at. All right, tiny brush again. And let's see what we got on the side here. Okay. Now, another edge. Sometimes you have to change the angle that you're looking at it too to see, because not everything shows up from a straight on angle, right? So the dots that I'm painting over are ones that have guidelines showing through, so I will just redot them. Bear with me one sec, you guys. I think I'm uber focused on this and I can't stop. Bring this over here so at least you can see where I'm at. Most of them have the guidelines showing through. Now the good thing is once I put a second coat of the paint on, it'll probably be okay anyway, but I might as well paint over it and at least make sure that those guidelines aren't going to show through. Right, just to be extra careful. All right, that's it. That's exciting. All right, so I'm going to move this where? Well, shit, where am I going to put you? Got a good angle with the natural light, though. Oops, sorry. Let me zoom in. Doesn't that look nice? It's still not bright enough. It's still not showing up great on camera. Hopefully, if I can do my photos outside, then that'll make a difference. Okay, so this needs to go somewhere. Excuse me, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to give you a warning there. And I have lots of that background color paint left, so at least I can do other backgrounds this color. All right. Lay, come here, then we can cross the Canadian border together with random sacks and make the Asians busy. There you go. Aw, thank you, Asia. Thank you so much. Lay, are they keeping you busy printing ornament holders? Yeah, hopefully, eh? She posted in the chat days ago. Yeah, I'll check in. For sure, Barb, for sure. Slow down again now. Maybe it's too expensive, yeah. Yeah, the shipping is the hard part. Prop up at the cemetery for a photo shoot, exactly right. Aw, thank you, Cher. Hey, cutie, how you doing? Thank you, Barb, for the blessings. Did you order Tara's new squeezer, or are you waiting for another sale? Yeah, I want to try that. Thank you so much, cutie. I appreciate it. Thank you for the blessed poo, Tina. Karina, hasn't heard anything there. Did you hear the update that she did hear from her husband, though? Thinking about the squeezer and a couple of bliss colors I don't have. Yeah, I want to get the new ones. I got to get the new ones. I'm thinking that's going to wait for the sale for me and get the bliss squeezer, too. All right. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to go clear a spot on my couch to put this down while it dries, and I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so let us now do the other row of dots on the end of the tissue holder there. Where did I put you? Oh, I put you away. That's goofy. All right, so now we're doing a second row right here. So those are going to dry now, and then we will fill in those spaces. And then the tissue box is almost done. I'm really loving this. I really want to do more in different colors. This makes me really happy. Oh, I've got those dots there. I forgot about those ones, and I've got ones on the other end too. Okay, we're gonna wait on these. We'll come back to these ones after. It's gonna be a little bit of slow going just to get those ones filled up, but that's okay. All right, so let me just gotta prop that up. So now let's throw a few dots on this bad boy. Now that the sun is coming out too. Isn't that nice? All right, so we've got dark blue that we're gonna do. And I was thinking, yeah. Oh my goodness, Asia. I'm so sorry that it turned into such a kerfuffle. Thank you for handling it so well. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Yeah, he's okay. She said that he's in the doghouse. Understandably so. But that was a while ago, so hopefully that means that everything is good again. I don't know if Green is here. Green, if you're here, hi. If you're watching the replay, hi. I'm always worried about you and sending love for you. You ordered 2 of the squeezers. Very nice. No, I haven't seen her in the chat anyway. She might be here watching. Thank you, Cher. Yeah, I'll definitely have to make sure to take pictures. Hey, Steffi. No. Didn't really get into the details of it. I wonder if it made her mad enough that she just didn't want to talk about it. All right. So let's go in with our tool here, and we are doing rows of dots. Yeah, exactly, Steffi. And who knows? We might have heard long enough that that was something that that she did. But yes, she's way more forgiving than I would have been. That's for sure. I hope so too. Would be unfortunate to have to go find him. It would be unfortunate. What an unfortunate turn of events. What a shame. Left his phone and his brother lost his phone. Yeah. Yeah, much more forgiving than I would be, that's for sure. But we love you, Karina. That's the only reason. If you're ever watching this on the replay, it's the only reason that we're saying this stuff is because we love you and we don't want you to get hurt. And you've got to do what's right for you. But yes, you're much more forgiving than me. We ride at dawn. Put him in the man shelter. I love you, Barb. I do love this piece. I'm really having fun with this one, and I'm so not even close to done. But I'm excited to get working on it and getting more steps closer to being finished. Because I'm really loving it. Right, Steffi? Not the best. Flavorless treats. Exactly. Communicate finds. I was pro catch, neuter, and release. Oh, goodness. You guys are amazing. I hope I'm alive. I live to see the return to the matriarchy. It's time. I'm so glad you love the spiral project. That's so good. Oh, wow, you're already done and ready to seal it up. That's impressive. When we're younger, we seem to have to run the entire emotional gauntlet before we're done at my age. Yeah, exactly. Should I ever find myself single, I will not be shopping for a replacement. Yep. Queen Lay the first away. Lay for president. I'd vote for you. That was a good call, Steffi. You did a beautiful job. It could have definitely taken more if you'd wanted it, but it didn't need it, you know? You did a beautiful job. That's impressive. Yeah, happy and single. I have cats. Yep. And I am sorry for your loss, though, Cher. Lay didn't like my campaign poster for her, no? Get laid in 2028. I love it myself. I think it's perfect. I do not see a problem. Shooing for the job, right? Yeah, I'm like, I'd vote for her. No problem. None whatsoever. So after the blue, there will be a purple row, and then after the purple, there will be a neon red row. Row. And then on the bottom half of the teal, we're going to do very, very tiny, tiny, tiny detail dots in the neon red. They're barely going to show up in the regular lighting, but then when we have it under the black light, then it'll give a little oomph. Ladies rule. Yeah, that's a good one too. Right, Barb? Been painting lists are very talkative today. Yeah, it's been a chatty chat, hasn't it? Sure, she threatened to deport me. It's been 11 years come October. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. The passage of time is what really messes with you a lot, I find. It messes with me, and I'm relatively new to it, but I look at the big moments of grief in my life, and it's the passage of time that always knocks me back. I'm like, really? Was it really then? Sometimes it was really that soon, like really that recent, but more often than not, it was like, really? It's been that much time already? Really? How's the painting going, Patty? You doing good? Your body doubling too? Wonderful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Body doubling is powerful, isn't it? Oh, that's a little bit of a tight squeeze. Oh well. So I'm doing every other because these dots are going to be a very tight squeeze. So a lot of them are going to overlap, but I just don't want them to run together and turn into a big blob. Sometimes what I've done in the past is when I've got a bunch of dots that are kind of overlapping each other and you can't see the space in between, I'll go over it with a black Posca pen or a black Sharpie or something and like draw the circles so that they all still look like circles. Can work. Definitely crazy how fast time passes. We still remember some. Yeah, exactly, eh? Small rock mandalas, trying different color palettes, but the last is yuck. It's one of those processes, eh? That you're like, I'm gonna paint some that I hate, but there's gonna be some that I like. My daughter-in-law's mom passed early. Oh, her grief is horrible and brings mine up. It's so deeply important. Yes. It really is such a small amount of time, right? And it does, it's hard. I'm so sorry. Sending love to her as well. No, I can't keep up with the chat when I'm painting, that is for sure. Body doubling is power. I'm outlining my large mushrooms. Nice. Awesome. Patty asked Asia how the kids are feeling these days. Hope they're doing good. And then school will start again and all those germs. Yeah. Thank you, Cher. I feel like I do an okay job. I feel like I don't do as much painting unnecessarily, but you know what? I can do that anytime. I like being able to chat with you guys. So yeah, blue and then purple and then neon red. So then when we turn the black light on, all of these blues and the purple should pretty essentially kind of disappear, and then the neon red will pop right out, just like the neon green in all of these little dudes pops out so well. I'm excited to see it, actually. I'm excited to get more stuff done. Lay says, I'm either full focus painting or full on chatting, but can't do both. Yeah, it's hard. Gran says, Cher, I'm living and processing through grief and trauma I didn't know I had, right? Yeah. Yeah. When it smacks you in the face and you're like, oh my God. I've been having a lot of those realizations lately. It's hard when they hit you, eh, Gran? It's hard to heal through it. Keep going. Patty says, I know Tina, but I did get the chuckles many times. Well, that's good. Kids are good, Asia said. Oldest has allergies, and that's why he was so sick. Poor kiddo. Youngest gets so many teeth back to back. Wow. Changing so fast, eh? Keep giving when school starts. Yeah. Yeah, that's good to figure that out and know why it's happening at least, right? Yeah, 1 minute at a time sometimes, right? Yeah, I agree. I agree, Gren. Very much the double-edged sword, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, so now we'll go. That looks like it's going to be about it for today, but I'm going to do a couple more in here. But we're going to be signing off in a couple of minutes. Symmetry Seekers, I will see you tonight from 7 until 9 p.m. and we will do some more work on our new piece. And we just started over the weekend, so I'm excited to get to painting it with you too. And then I apologize that I'm not doing any live tomorrow, but back in full force on Thursday. And don't forget, we're doing another double header for Friday TikTok Live. I'm going to do 7 to 9 and then take a break in the middle and then do 10 to midnight. I'm practicing because what I want to do is I want to have a day where it's a marathon day. Like the first live is from 10 until 10 a.m. until noon. Then I take a break and then I do 1 to 3. Then I take a break and do 4 to 6. Then I take a break and do 7 to 9. Then I take a break and do 10 until 12. I think that would be really, really, really fun. Really, really, really fun to do. So that's kind of what's on deck, and I'm hoping that a couple double deckers on Friday will give some good practice for that. All right, you guys, let me just scroll back and make sure that I catch up. Asia said, not sure what he's allergic to, but we know what to watch for. Oh, that's good. My center people are all gone. Well, I'm glad that we are here together, that we can lean on each other a little bit. It's not the same. It can never replace those people. But if it's an extra spot that we can all go to feel some love, then you know what? That can't be a bad thing, right? So thank you guys for being here, and through everything that everybody has gone through and is going through, thank you for still showing up and being bright lights and full of warmth and love. It impresses the shit out of me every time, and you guys are a North Star for me. Keep me pointed in the right direction. I love you guys to bits. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And if I don't see you tonight, then I will see you hopefully on Thursday for the next YouTube Live. Love you to bits. Bye, Patty. Thank you, Steffi. You too, Cara. Have a great day. Gonna symmetry yourself until then? Fantastic. I can't wait to see it. Mold allergies are crazy in the region this month. That's hard. That's super hard. That's dangerous too, eh? Probably everything trees, dust, got so many ear infections. Oh, poor kiddo. Yeah, more Jamie toast. You got it, Cara. All right, love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye, Steffi. Bye, Kim. Bye, Cara. Bye, Asia. Bye, Cher. Bye, Patty. Bye, Steffi. Bye, Barb. Bye, Lay. Bye, Tina. Love you guys to bits. And bye, anybody else that I missed. Bye, Gabrielle. Ready and waiting for the workshop. We'll see you in a couple hours, Barb, for sure. All right. Mwah. See you later. Bye-bye.